More than 360 million years ago, when the oceans still covered most of Earth's surface and the continents were little more than scattered land masses, life on land was just beginning its tentative experiments. Beneath the waves, however, life had already flourished in abundance and diversity. The Devonian period, lasting from about 419 to 359 million years ago, marked a golden age for fish, an evolutionary explosion that earned it the title, the Age of Fishes. During this time, the seas were home to increasingly complex, specialized, and even terrifying predators. Among these, Dunkleosteus stood as one of the most formidable and iconic. Towering in size and armored in natural bone plating, it was one of the earliest and most powerful apex predators in the history of vertebrates. Unlike modern fish, which often have sleek bodies and delicate scales, Dunkleosteus had a robust, heavily armored head and thorax made up of interlocking bony plates that could reach several centimeters in thickness. These natural plates acted like biological armor, giving it the appearance of a medieval knight clad in metal. But its most astonishing feature was not the armor, it was its jaw. Dunkleosteus had no conventional teeth. Instead, it possessed sharp, blade-like extensions of bone that acted as cutting tools. These jawbones were capable of generating bite forces up to 5,000 newtons, enough to crush the shells of armored prey or even bite clean through the bodies of other placoderms, including its own kind. Evidence of this is found in fossilized remains showing bite marks consistent with intraspecific combat, possibly over territory, food, or mates. The mechanism behind its bite was equally fascinating. The jaw was connected to a complex system of muscles and bones that allowed it to open rapidly, creating suction that could pull prey into its mouth before delivering a lightning-fast, powerful snap. It was, in essence, a biological guillotine, deadly, precise, and efficient. This powerful biting system made Dunkleosteus one of the earliest known creatures to combine armor and advanced feeding mechanics, setting the stage for the evolution of future vertebrate predators. Dunkleosteus thrived in shallow, coastal seas that once covered much of what is now North America, Europe, and Northern Africa. These waters were warm and rich in biodiversity, ideal hunting grounds for a massive predator. Surrounded by early bony fish, invertebrates, and even primitive lobe-finned fish, which would later give rise to land-dwelling vertebrates, Dunkleosteus reigned supreme. Despite its massive size, reaching up to 10 meters in length and weighing several tons, it wasn't a particularly agile swimmer. Its relatively stiff body and underdeveloped fins suggest that it relied more on ambush tactics and short bursts of speed than prolonged chases. One can imagine the eerie stillness of a Devonian seabed shattered by the sudden surge of this armored behemoth, jaws flaring open, locking down on unsuspecting prey in a flash. But even apex predators are not immune to extinction. As the Devonian period came to a close, the Earth underwent one of the most significant mass extinction events in its history. Massive ecological shifts, possibly triggered by widespread anoxia, oxygen depletion, climate change, and the collapse of reef ecosystems, devastated marine environments. Dunkleosteus and its placoderm relatives, once dominant, could not adapt to these rapidly changing conditions. At the same time, newer groups of fish, cartilaginous fishes like early sharks and bony fishes with more efficient skeletons and buoyancy control, began to outcompete them. These lighter, more versatile fish could swim faster, adapt more quickly, and navigate the changing oceans with far more ease than the armored giants of the past. Thus, within a relatively short span of geological time, the mighty Dunkleosteus disappeared from the seas, leaving no direct descendants. Today, Dunkleosteus lives on not through DNA or lineage, but through fossilized remains, most notably its distinctive skull and armor plating. Complete fossil specimens are rare, as only the bony head and thoracic regions were preserved. The rest of the body, made of cartilage, decayed over time. Nonetheless, these remains have been crucial in reconstructing the biology and behavior of one of the Devonian's most fearsome inhabitants. At museums such as the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, life-sized reconstructions of Dunkleosteus stand as awe-inspiring reminders of a time when armored fish ruled the oceans. Its massive head, gaping jaws, and thick bone plates command both respect and curiosity, drawing visitors into a world that vanished hundreds of millions of years ago. Yet Dunkleosteus is more than just an ancient curiosity. It represents a critical milestone in the evolutionary journey of vertebrates. From a world of jawless fish, nature sculpted a predator capable of crushing armor, of asserting dominance in a complex marine ecosystem, of adapting with innovations that would influence the development of jawed animals, including humans. Its existence tells us that evolution is not always a steady climb, but often a series of explosive innovations followed by sudden collapses. It teaches us that nature's designs, no matter how formidable, must continually adapt to survive the shifting stage of life on Earth. The story of Dunkleosteus is not only one of dominance and power but also of impermanence. It shows how even the most perfectly equipped creatures can vanish when the world changes faster than they can respond. Through this, we are reminded that life on Earth is shaped by both survival and extinction, by triumph and disappearance. And thanks to the fossils preserved in stone, Dunkleosteus continues to bear witness to a forgotten chapter of Earth's deep past, when the ocean was ruled by a monstrous fish clad in bone, with jaws that could crush anything in their path, and a presence that defined an entire epoch of marine evolution.